in the shadow of the oak where our initials carved to stay. The wind still whispers softly through the leaves about that day. An old porch creaks, a screen door slams under skies forever gray. My love for you was written, but life had other tales to say. Oh, this letter lingers in my coat, the ink's begun to fade, like the echo of hoofbeats down old forgotten trails we made. Every word a scar upon my heart, every memory a blade. In the silence neath the stars I find the bed where I've been laid. The cabin's empty on the hill, your scarf tied on the frame. Dust dances with the shadows, recalls the whisper of your name. The rain that once we danced beneath now falls just like a claim on a heart that wanders lost through quiet towns that look the same. Oh, this letter lingers in my coat, the ink's begun to fade, like the echo of hoofbeats down old forgotten trails we made. Every word a scar upon my heart, every memory a blade. In the silence neath the stars I find the bed where I've been laid. With every sunset bleeding red, I feel you close again. I ride the line of light and dark where love and lost content. An old saddle's my companion, where my dreams and demons blend. On gravel roads that lead me to beginnings without end. So this letter lingers in my coat, near a heart that won't persuade. The fading lines of love lost like tracks too shallow in the glade. Though I'm bound to roam forever in your memory, I'll wait till the dust and wind claim me too in the lands where we once lay. In the lands where we once lay, where the letter lingers still.
In the hush of old oak shadows, neath the whispering twilight sky, I recall her laughter swirling like the dust when winds were high. Barefoot steps on creaking porches echo soft as summer's breath. Every board and nail a story, every silence steeped in death. Oh, those barefoot steps stood still in time on the roads where we did roam. Now I wander through the memories in the twilight I call home. Every sunset sinks just like my heart beneath horizons turning chill. Where once we danced neath starlit skies, those barefoot steps stood still. Years are flown like leaves in autumn, drifting far from root and stem. Empty cabin windows staring like the eyes of lost old friends. Gravel roads that led to nowhere now lead only to the past. Scarves that smelled of sage and freedom knew too well they couldn't last. Oh, those barefoot steps stood still in time on the trails now overgrown. With her whisper in the cedar wind, I face these roads alone. Every sunset sinks just like my heart beneath the horizon's turning chill. Where once we loved without a care, those barefoot steps stood still. On the ridge where dawn breaks earliest, I see her silhouette sometimes, just a fleeting shade of yesteryears crossing o'er those blurring lines. Guess I've learned that some fond remnants, like the saddle worn and old, carry weight of souls departed in the stories left untold. So those barefoot steps stood still in time, like the shadows in the dell. I wander through each whispered dream where her laugh used to dwell, as the stars peer down like watchful eyes and the night air tastes the thrill. In the quiet of the fading trails, those barefoot steps stood still. Letting go's a lonesome river, but some hearts they never will. In the silver glow of moonlit past, those barefoot steps stood still. There's an old oak by the river bend, where we carved our names in younger skin. Her laughter hung on summer's end, and that scarf she wore danced in the wind. A dusty trail, a sunset glow, her shadow long in the world below. Silent whispers in the twilight's haze, each memory now a scarf that fades. Oh, how the winds talk down those empty roads, carrying cries of what we used to hold. Beneath the stars where wild horses roam, her scarf in the wind. Now I ride alone. Years went by, the river song turned sad. Those oak tree leaves found the ground unclad. Her scarf lost color, it frayed at the seams, left in the porch swing in my silent dreams. The cabin's empty, the gravel untrod, echoes of footsteps and just a facade. Where we once danced, now only I tread with the ghost of the love that we had bred. Oh, how the winds talk down those empty roads, carrying cries of what we used to hold. Beneath the stars where wild horses roam, her scarf in the wind. Now I ride alone. And in the dust of this lonely path, I see the traces of our shared past. But each day the sunset bleeds into night, I learn to live with this fading light. So let the winds talk, let them tell our tale, as I wander beneath the moon pale. Though her scarf fades, these memories won't. Across the wild lands I roam, her scarf in the wind, and I ride alone. Every sunset, a whisper of her laughter, every trail's end a chapter, and still the scarf fades, but never quite disappears. Just like her. oak trees meet the sky. I recall her laughter mingling with the wind. Our love a wild mare racing the fleeting clouds. Under her smile the sun had a certain bend. By the old porch time whispers through the creaking wood. Every board and nail soaked with dreams we once understood. Her smile remembers what my heart tries to forget. Each sunset bleeds in colors she once wore. Gravel roads my boots kicked up the dust of regret. Trails we walk now just echoes in my core. Her eyes a mirror to the wide unending blue. In this lonesome spread all I find is the ghost of her hue. Seasons turn like the pages of an old worn book. The cabin stands empty where once her laughter filled each nook. The scarf she left still lies quiet on the chair, faded like the memories of her care. Rain taps soft rhythms on the window like her gentle fingers. In the heart of the plains, her sweet scent still lingers. Her smile remembers what my heart tries to forget. Each sunset bleeds in color she once wore. Gravel roads my boots kick up the dust of regret. Trails we walk now just echoes in my core. Her eyes a mirror to the wide unending blue. In this lonesome spread all I find is the ghost of her hue. Oh, how the mountains recall our silent cries under the vast unyielding stoic skies. I wander these lands, a shadow in the twilight, chasing the whispers of her soft goodnight. Her smile remembers, oh, but I try to forget. Each dawn another scene of where we met, through the valleys and over the restless plain. Her smile remembers the love, the loss, the pain. Now every star above whispers her sweet name. In the quiet world I'm a lone candle flame. In her smile the wild land, the memory it stays. A cowboy's heart, forever wandering, forever swaying. In the hush of dawn, by the oak tree shade, where we carved our names, in the bark they stayed. Rust on the gate, where you waved goodbye, still swing slow beneath the endless sky. But that gate said nothing as you walked away, just creaked in the wind like it too felt the fray. Under wide open heavens, where once dreams flew, gate said nothing, and I lost you. Gravel roads whisper beneath my boots, echoes of steps chasing lost roots. The porch lights dead in our empty cabin, where laughter danced. Now silence has settled in. That gate said nothing as my world turned gray, just creaked in the wind like it too felt betrayed. In the twilight of memory, where shadows grew, gate said nothing, and I lost you. By the fading trail I stand with ghosts of scarves and saddles and your sweet toast. Rain taps soft on this lonely brim, mud-stained letters, edges worn thin, and that gate still says nothing as I let you go. Just weeps in the rust where the wild winds blow, under skies too wide, in the silence anew. Gate said nothing, but every creak it's you. Underneath the oak tree shadow, where the old river bends, I once carved our names in the bark with promises without end. We watched sunsets paint the valleys, feeling time slip through our hands, by campfires glow under starlit skies in these forgotten lands. But now the campfire hides the tears I've cried. The wind whispers your name through the lonesome pines. This saddle's worn and these trails have gone cold. My heart's still out there in the stories untold. The old porch swing's still creaking, but it sings a silent tune, like the scarf you left that's faded now, it dreams under the moon. Those gravel roads we wandered, now just paths I roam alone. Every cabin empty, every echo a reminder of my own. Yes, the campfire hides the tears I've cried. The dust stirs memories I keep inside. On this heart of stone, in the twilight's embrace, where I've grown so alone. I've walked through storms and under skies so vast and clear, each step away from you, every mile just more fear. But love is the ghost in the fog rolling in, on in the heartlands where we once dreamed to begin. So the campfire hides, and I'm out here still trying to find a trace of your laughter in the breeze, a piece of peace left behind. My love's a shadow flickering by the fire's dying light. Campfire hides my sorrow as I whisper your name into the night. Underneath the oak, where the wild wind sighs, she laughed, weaving green, 'neath the boundless sky. her scarf caught the breeze like a farewell wave on that old wooden porch where my heart she gave. The prairie sang songbird its hymns through the rye in the town where the rain closed her eyes. Oh, the rain, my old friend, tell me, what do you see in the trails washed away? In the whispering trees, did you weep just for her? Or for me in my plight as the land holds her close on this cold, starless night? Now the cabin stands empty, the hearthstone's grown cold, gravel roads lead to memories too precious to hold. Her saddle lies vacant, the bridle's gone stiff, every sunset paints shadows and widens the rift where laughter once echoed. Now only time flies in the town where the rain closed her eyes. Tell me, what do you see in the trails washed away? In whispering trees, did you weep just for her? Or for me in my plight as the land holds her close on this cold, starless night? By the oak now I linger, ghost in her stead, and in the dust where old dreams lie dead. But the rain speaks in riddles, and the wind only moans of a cowboy who wanders, yet never atones. So the rain keep on falling, blur the paths that I've roamed, hide the tears on my face as I wander alone for the love that was lost and the peace I can't find in the town where the rain closed her eyes. Yes, the town where the rain her eyes.
In the shadow of an old oak tree where the creek sings lullabies, there's a cabin with its porch worn down under vast unending skies. She'd dance through the threshold laughing with eyes so wild and wise. Every corner of that place whispers where my heart lies. Memory closed her eyes there beneath the starlit plains. Echoes of her laughter mingling with the rains. My love's gone with the dusk on a breeze that never dies. In the silence of this wild land, memory closed her eyes. Where the gravel roads run empty, I wander and I roam. Each sunset's a reminder her heart was once my home. but the trails all seem to fade now, like the truths we never told. In her scarf that smells of summer, I find it's just the cold. Memory closed her eyes there beneath the starlit plains. Echoes of her laughter mingling with the rains. My love's gone with the dusk on a breeze that never dies. In the silence of this wild land, memory closed her eyes. These lands a lone soul, tracing trails she left in dust. All that's left is a whisper tangled in the winds I trust. If love is measured in the miles or the tears that we must hide, then I've loved her by the mountains where my broken dreams reside. Memory closed her eyes in the heartache of the night. I wear this worn out saddle and hold on to the light. Though the world keeps spinning onward, in her gaze I'm paralyzed. As the stars look down in sorrow, memory closed her eyes. As the stars look down in sorrow, memory closed her eyes.
In the shade of the old oak tree, where our names were carved so wild and free, there hangs a swing, ropes frayed and worn, echoes of laughter now tattered and torn. Beneath whispered leaves we dream away, sunset painted skies at the close of day. The swing bleeds memories old and sweet. In the silence my haunted heart skips a beat. Dust rises with each solitary sway, lost love's melody played on winds that stray. Under that oak tree where we once lay, the swing bleeds. The swing bleeds where shadows play. Years rolled like thunder, quiet town slept. Through empty cabins, lonesome shadows crept. Where once laughter danced on gravel roads, now lies the quiet story untold. That old porch sighs under weight of rain, each drop a symphony of love and pain. The swing bleeds memories old and sweet. In the silence my haunted heart skips a beat. Dust rises with each solitary sway, lost love's melody played on winds that stray. Under that oak tree where we once lay, the swing bleeds. The swing bleeds where shadows play. How I trace the trail back to those days, but time's cruel hand has swept them away. A cowboy wanders with dreams that roam, finding freedom yet far from home. The swing bleeds memories deeper each day. In the echoes of what time can't take away. Dust settles slow where once we did run under fading trails. hills and the setting sun under that oak tree. Lost dreams obey the swing bleeds. The swing bleeds as skies turn gray. In the shadow of the oak, where wild roses thrive, we carved our names, young and alive. Sunset burned gold on your flowing hair. The smell of summer rain hung in the air, but love flew with the autumn leaves, drifted off on a prairie breeze. Underneath that old oak tree, you and the wind took all of me. The old porch swing hangs quiet and still, echoes of laughter against my will. Your scarf still lies on the dusty trail where once we walked, now just a pale, lonely cabin, walls lined with paint. I walk these rooms, call your name. Gravel crunches underfoot alone. This winding path, no longer home. Love flew with the autumn leaves, drifted off on a prairie breeze. Underneath that old oak tree, you and the wind took all of me. By the riverside where the water bends, I find the courage where your love ends. Saddle worn, heart torn in the fading light, whispers of you in the stars at night. Oh, love flew with the restless wind, left me here to ache, to mend beneath that oak on sacred ground. Your ghost in every sight and sound. Love flew, love flew with you. In the hush of the canyon under a blood-red sky, an oak tree stands silent where we used to lie. The breeze carries dust off a trail once worn,
by two young shadows in the gold of morn. A scarf you left still dances with the wind on that old porch swing where our dreams had been. The canyon whispers low and sweet of wildflower loves and tangled feet. But now the sun dips low and I'm riding alone past empty cabins, our dreams all but gone. The whispers haunt me as the stars find their place in the solitude of the sky. I still search for your face. Years rode in like a storm on those gravel clenched roads, washing away the footsteps where our loved ones strolled. The tavern's laughter turned to echoes as time wore on, and the drinks taste bitter where your laughter's gone. An old saddle sits idle, a relic of the past, like the heartbeats shared were meant to last. The canyon whispers low and sweet of wildflower loves and tangled feet. But now the sun dips low and I'm riding alone past empty cabins, our dreams all but gone. The whispers haunt me as the stars find their place in the solitude of the sky. I still search for your face. Tonight the rain speaks softly on the tin roof above, murmuring tales of what it's like to lose a love. Through the window, the world's a watercolor blur. Every droplet a memory, every storm a stir. The canyon whispers one last time, a lonesome love of a cowboy's heart, and a love that filled it full. And now the trails fade under the sky's weeping veil. In the whispering winds I'll forever tell your tale as the world turns quiet and the shadows play in the canyon's heart. Our love will stay.
On a porch where the oak trees keep whispering low, I left my love in the soft morning glow. Wind chimes dance to a song of despair, while the storm in the distance watched with a stare. Her scarf on the railing, faded and worn, twisting like the feelings in the storm we had borne. Oh, the storm watched me leave through the gates of dawn, under skies torn with grief, where our love was drawn, across the lonely trails where the wild shadows weep. I ride with memories, the storm watched me leave. The cabin stands empty on Bluebell Ridge line, its door swings soft in the sigh of the pine. The gravel road's covered with years of the rust, Each step is a memory, each breath a gust. She's gone like the sunset, it bleeds in the west, leaving silence and dust where her footsteps once pressed. Yes, the storm watched me leave with my heart strung tight, past echoes of laughter swallowed by night, on paths overgrown where we once dared to dream. Her voice in the winds, the storm watched me leave. Under the vast sky, the truth starts to clear. All I've lost grows as distant as it once was near. But the ache in my heart finds no reprieve in the haunting embrace of what I can't retrieve. So the storm watched me leave, and it watches still as I wander these hills with a cowboy's will, through the rain's soft curtain where my thoughts deceive, ever looking for peace as a storm watched me leave. Forever looking for peace while the storm watches me.
In the hush of dawn, by the old oak tree where the scarves of mist untangle free, I recall her laugh wild like the creek underneath that sky where the stars would speak. Her eyes a spark against the night once burned so bright my lantern's light. Oh, how her shadow danced with mine underneath the moon's drunken shine. Now her whispers blend with the wind in this lonesome heart where her love had been. Every sunset paints her face across these skies in a lost embrace. The porch still creaks, but she's not there, just empty chairs and strands of hair. The cabin stands on the edge of time, her laughter's gone, no reason to rhyme. Through gravel roads and trails that fade, I'll walk alone in the bed we made. Oh, how her shadow danced with mine underneath the moon's drunken shine. Now her whispers blend with the wind in this lonesome heart where her love had been. Every sunset paints her face across these skies in a lost embrace. Was it the wild or the wanderlust that turned our love to just echoes in the dust? The road calls me, but I ache to stay in the memory where she didn't walk away. Oh, how her shadow danced with mine. Now I'm just a ghost left behind, yet the wind still wears her sweet perfume as I ride into the silver moon. Every sunset paints her face in the heart of the skies. Her eternal play. And though I roam a soul astray, her shadow walked away.
This ballad reaches into the depth of a cowboy's heart, telling a tale of love and loss, bound to the eternal landscapes that bear witness to his sorrow.
In the shadow of the oak, where the wild river's been, I first saw her smile in the soft morning's end. Sunlight danced through her hair like a wildfire unclaimed. Now the morning sky whispers her name. Oh, how the wind sighed through the hollow so deep, carrying echoes of the love we can't keep. Under the morning sky, where our dreams lie asleep, in the heart of the plains, my regrets lie so steep. Years have rolled like the dust on that old gravel road, where we walk now, just memories that I ever strode. The cabin sits empty, where laughter once rained. Only shadows on porches remain. Oh, how the wind sighed through the hollow so deep, carrying echoes of the love we can't keep. Under the morning sky, where our dreams lie asleep, in the heart of the plains, my regrets lie so steep. The river still flows, but the banks are all dry. Time's a thief on a horse that just galloped on by. A scarf she once wore, now faded and torn, left behind like my heart, so weathered and worn. Oh, how the wind sighed through my soul, they now weep, carrying whispers of the love I still seek. Under the morning sky, I lay down to sleep, with the ghosts of the past in the silence so deep. With the ghosts of the past in the silence so deep. Out here where the wind whispers through the oak, stands an old ranch, its heart long ago broke. An empty porch swing rocks in the silent breeze, echoes of laughter lost on dusty seas. I recall her scarf red against the winter's gray, dancing like wildfire, then it slipped away. Ain't nothing left now but the shadows and the stains. This ranch remembers, cradles all my loves and pain. Oh, these hills recall her steps beside the stream, underneath the sunset's dying golden gleam.
Every stone and creek, every wildflower scent, whispers of a love time can't ever mend. Years rolled like thunder, took the young man I was, left a trail of memories wrapped up in what was. Gone are the hoofbeats that raced the gravel road, only echoes in the barn where we once shared a load. The saddle hangs idle on a dusty, forgotten wall, her picture a faded sentinel, a silent, mournful call. No more laughter in the corridors, no boots upon the floor, just a lone cowboy wandering as the winds of sorrow roar. Oh, these hills recall her steps beside the stream, underneath the sunset's dying golden gleam. Every stone and creek, every wildflower scent, whispers of a love time can't ever mend. Sometimes I feel the rains trying to wash my soul, clear away the footprints, make the broken whole. Yet every storm that passes leaves her deeper in my mind, an anchor in the currents of what I've left behind. So this ranch holds her secrets, like the oak cradles the wind. In the quiet I hear heartbeats from a world that might have been. Forgive me, my dear, as I turn to face the dawn. A cowboy rides the morning light, forever moving on. Yet this abandoned ranch remembers, under stars that never fade, the love that lived and died here in the silence that we made.
In the shadow of the old oak tree, where wildflowers dare to roam free, I heard her laughter mix with the breeze, echo soft as a whisper memories tease. Beneath that sky, vast and wide, her voice once danced on the mountainside. In that quiet town where time stands still, my heart lies buried against my will. Her voice stood still in the rustling leaves, wrapped up in the cool autumn eve. As the sun dips low, casting skies so grand, her silhouette fades in the far-off land. Every whispered wind across the gravel road brings her back to me, though she never showed. Now the porch swings lone, the cabin's bare, her scarf's the only thing she left there. Dust gathers where her boots once trod, along the paths our hearts once caught. The rains came down, washed her tracks away from the earth, from my soul she's gone astray. A rider wanders, his shadow cast long, chasing a ghost of a loved one strong. Her voice stood still in the rustling leaves, wrapped up in the cool autumn eve. As the moon climbs high over land so grand, her laughter echoes just out of hand. Every drifting cloud above the old mill reminds me she's gone, and I love her still. And by the fading light I come to know, the hardest trails are where we grow. Beneath these stars that we once watched together lies a solace that time might sever. And though I roam, hard worn and
silence, her voice lives within. Her voice stood still in the rustling leaves, haunted by the brush of her gentle sleeve. As the dawn breaks soft over hills so grand, I tread alone in this vast, quiet land. Every sunrise pink, every star a spell. In the choir of the night I bid farewell. Her voice stood still, and so shall I, underneath this lonesome, endless sky.
In the shadow of the valley where the wild cotton blows, stood an old wooden house by the creek overgrown. A porch wrapped in ivy, oak whispers at dawn. That's where I loved her, now that old house is gone. Old house washed away by the rivers of time, left me with memories in her sweet summer smile. Now I roam through the silence under big starry skies, holding on to a ghost of her whispers and sighs. The bench where we sat, now swallowed by the rain. Old trails that we walk, just gravel and pain. Saddlebags filled with dreams, now dust in the wind. She's a song in the storm I can't sing again. Old house washed away by the rivers of time, left me with memories and her sweet summer smile. Now I roam through the silence under big starry skies, holding on to a ghost of her whispers and sighs. By the oaken gate I pause and I stare, scarf in my hand, feeling her hair. Echoes of laughter drift from the past. Love's fleeting shadow wasn't meant to last. Old house washed away, driftwood on the shore. Her love's just a whisper, can't hear anymore. I'm a shadow at sunset, alone and astray, holding on to a dawn that has faded away. Oh, holding on to a dawn that has faded away.
Down by Harbor's Creek, where the old oaks grow, we carved our names in the heart of a dusty road. Sunset threw gold across your hair. The world was ours and time just air. But the creek, it watched me leave. Oh, the creek watched me leave. Under a sky bleeding red, melancholy dreams. With my heart in your scarf, tied around your sleeve.
You stayed with the oaks and the creek watched me leave. The rain has washed away our dusty road. The cabin's empty where our laughter once flowed. Old porch swings creak with ghosts of us riding the wind. Whispered stories turn to dust. Still the creek, it watched me leave. Oh, the creek watched me leave. Under a sky bleeding red, melancholy dreams. With my heart left in that scarf, now a tattered weave. You stayed with the oaks and the creek watched me leave. Now I roam gravel roads under moon's quiet siege. Each star teardrop, the night sky silent grief. Love's like the river stone, smooth over time, but some edges cut deep in the creek's soft rhyme. Yes, the creek watched me leave, whispering to the wind about love and thieves. In its waters, my reflection briefly cleaves. Part of me stayed while the creek watched me leave, with the echoes of hoofbeats forever to grieve. You stayed with the oaks and the creek, it watched me leave. In the shadow of the oak, the wild daisies lie. I first saw her laugh under that vast frontier sky. Her scarf danced with the wind by the old porch light. In a town too small for dreams, but just right for the night. Unspoken words closed her eyes, like the sunset draws the day. Every whisper of the breeze seems to echo her name. In the rustle of the leaves and the rattle of old rails, her memory haunts these hills like a ghostly wandering tale. Years flew like dust through these worn and weary hands. The cabin stands empty like my heart's unplanted lands, where laughter filled the rooms, now only silence reigns. A saddle unmounted and love lost to the plains. Unspoken words closed her eyes, like the sunset draws the day. Every whisper of the breeze still echoes her name. In the rustle of the leaves and the creaking of old floors, her absence fills the air like the rain that never pours. Now I roam these gravel roads where our stories were spun underneath the starlit close, avoiding the sun.
talking to the wind with my unspoken goodbye. Unspoken words closed her eyes. Now the stars refuse to glow. The night's embrace is cold as the northern winds blow. Dust settles on the trails where our dreams once flew high. Now I ride alone under the endless crying sky. Her echo in the canyon where my heart forever lies.
Out where the oaks cast long shadows at dusk, in a town too small to claim, she laughed under the porch light flickering rust as the prairie sang her name. We danced past the midnight while the coyotes cried, her scarf catching the moon's soft sighs. But the dawn came riding hard from the east, and that long ride closed her eyes. And now the wind whispers low through the saddle I bear, and the cabins creak with old desires. Every gravel road a memory, every sunset a tear, since that long ride closed her eyes. Years have their way of changing a man. The trails once bright, now gray. That porch stands quiet, no more laughs in the span. Only silence holds sway. The dust settles thick where her boots left a trace. Echoes of laughter, the ghost of her grace. Rain falls like mercy on this heart that won't dry, since that long ride closed her eyes. Now the wind whispers low through the saddle I bear, and the cabins creak with old desires. Every gravel road a memory, every sunset a tear, since that long ride closed her eyes. Underneath the vast endless skies, I roam with her shadow pacing nearby. A whisper of love that never dies, just circles round the truth that ties. So here's to the roads, both taken and not, to the loves we hold tight in our thoughts. May the dust always dance where the old oak lies, since that long ride closed her eyes, since that long ride closed her eyes.